god. すっごい濃くなってます。
This person discovered a dark stain on their wall at home. The stain was right on the outside of the bathroom wall, probably from moisture and lack of sunlight. Makes sense that some mold would grow there, right? Nothing too weird about that. But here's the thing. This person noticed the stain had a really strange shape. It looked like a human face. But for some reason, this person started documenting the stain every single day. They became convinced it was looking more and more like a face as time went on.
すっごい濃くなってます。周りのシミも広がった気がする。
Eventually, the family covered it up with cardboard, probably just to make it less creepy to look at.
そのシミを段ボールで隠してしまう。
Then one day, they had guests over. The owner wanted to show them this weird face stain, so they pulled away the cardboard. And that's when things got strange. The stain had completely disappeared. But that's not even the scary part. Let me play this again. See if you can spot it. Notice anything in the shadows on the left side of the frame? It looks like there's a head hiding behind the door, peeking out at them. Let's slow this down. That's clearly a face. Eyes wide open, staring. But at the time, the camera moved so fast and everyone was focused on the wall, nobody at the scene noticed what was lurking in that corner. What do you think this could be? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This guy named John captured something unusual on camera in his backyard. This thing, whether it's human or something else entirely, was hiding in the bushes. A few days later, his yard's security camera caught it again. According to the description, this is the door to a shed in the yard. This creature seems to be trying to get inside from the outside. This footage might be even clearer. As for what this creature actually is, I'll let you be the judge. This video was supposedly filmed near a small island in the Indian Ocean. A tour boat carrying several passengers went out to sea. The bottom of the boat had been designed with a transparent floor, so tourists could see what's beneath the ocean surface through the hull. Shortly after, a passenger captured this footage on their phone. What is that on the seafloor? It looks like human hands and a head, and the head is moving. I can't tell if this is a real person or some kind of mannequin, but the footage looks pretty realistic. Apparently, there was a plane crash in these waters some time ago. A commercial airliner broke apart in midair, and the debris fell into this area. I wonder if there's any connection between this strange footage and that crash. What do you all think? Pay attention to what's on the seat behind him. Something is slowly rising up into view. The guy in front is on his phone the whole time. He doesn't seem to notice this doll at all. Not until he turns around and sees it. This video has no audio, but you can tell from his reaction that this guy got seriously spooked. He takes off on his bike pretty quickly. Sure, this could just be a prank, but if it was a prank, someone would have to be back there operating the doll. And this guy would have noticed that pretty easily, right? He wouldn't have freaked out this badly. So what do you think this little figure could be? A TikTok user recently had a terrifying experience at home.
This is the creepiest shit.
When she looked out her window, she spotted something absolutely horrifying in her yard.
Let me show you what I see from my window. So when I look at my window, there's old fencing. And then there's like black tarp stuff that's kind of hanging on the leftover posts. Okay? No big deal until you get to that one. What? Tell me you see what I see.
Sitting in the bushes was what appeared to be an eyeless witch, just staring directly at her house. It looked like a woman dressed in all black, sitting completely still. But soon the creator figured out what was really going on.
Okay, so I want to apologize because I think there was some confusion. So I do know what it is, and I am over there regularly. The only reason I posted that was because it's hilarious that every time I see it out of my window, I have a small heart attack. Even though I know what it is, because it looks like someone, like a zombie girl or like the girl from The Ring, staring at me from the woods. And yes, we're gonna take it down eventually. It's just that there's been a lot of work done on the property, and that's, you know, we'll get to that. Okay, are you ready? The big reveal. Fence post with tarp on it. Da 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 da.
Ever had something like this freak you out? Drop your stories in the comments below. TikTok user named Kyle Anthony, right? Just a regular guy living his life. But recently, things in his house have taken a dark turn. It all started in the middle of the night. Kyle's alone in his house, nobody else home, when suddenly he hears this noise coming from above his garage. The attic door was shaking violently, like something was throwing itself against it, trying to break through. Screw it.
I think that's an airflow issue. Air pressure trying to equalize, that's what it was, right?
A few days later, Kyle posted an update, and this is where things get really creepy. He went back into that attic and started looking around more carefully. That's when he found it, a metal box hidden away up there. First, there's this small doll of a little girl. But here's the thing, it has no eyes. Along with the doll, there were scraps of fabric, a candle, a glass bell filled with some kind of red liquid. We don't know what that liquid is, and honestly, I don't think we want to know. And there was also a diary in there. Kyle uploads another video at 3 a.m., the witching hour. Now a sealed-off crawl space in his house is making sounds. Kyle's terrified, but thinks maybe it's a raccoon, so he crawls inside to check.
Get it. So we'll go get it. Let's go. And everybody's talking about my crawl space being weird. I don't know. That's the basement. Basement wall. I don't know what's going on. I didn't build it. And that's a can, I guess. RC Cola. Royal Crown Cola. All right. Okay. That's what I was talking about. It wasn't no insulation when I was talking about. I was talking about that little thing there. It's like a little heart-shaped box. Oh, gosh dang. It's that thing.
At the end of that crawl space, a heart-shaped box. He opens it and finds 2 glass eyes. Doll eyes. The exact eyes missing from that attic doll.
What the hell?
Later, Kyle's home alone again and hears knocking from inside his bedroom closet.
What is that?
Something is knocking from the inside.
What the fuck? I guess it stopped. Okay.
Most recently, Kyle found another package. People who know about this stuff say it looks like witchcraft, a binding spell. These are used to bind something to an object or place. So what's been bound to Kyle's house? Or worse, what's been bound to Kyle?
Holy shit. What the fuck? I heard a noise and I came out here and this fucking door was open and now it just shut by itself.
The attic is acting up again. But this time, the sounds are even more violent than before. Whatever's up there is getting stronger, or angrier, or both.
Oh, it's getting my freaking mind.
So what do you guys think is happening to Kyle? Is this real? Is it some kind of curse? Could there be a logical explanation? Drop your theories in the comments below, because this story is far from over. Kyle's still posting updates, and if you want me to keep following this case, let me know. This woman was working the late shift and saw a weird figure in the distance coming toward her.
When we work night security 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and we see something coming at us at midnight.
The figure looks like it's wearing some kind of camouflage ghillie suit. In the darkness of the empty field, it's really hard to make out clearly.
How is it? Raylan!
The next day, when they returned to the same spot, they saw a similar shadow again. But because the lighting was so poor, they still couldn't tell what this thing actually was.
We went to a back road by the same gate, seen something, and tried to back into a field we seen behind us. And yes, we are chicken shits.
Someone sent me this video asking what was captured in the footage. The person in this video was preparing to tour an ancient ice cave in Austria. At first, everything seemed normal, until this person noticed a strange shadow on the cave wall.
Jesus, what is that? Do you see that?
It looks like someone climbing up the cliff face. The person filming says they captured a ghost. The shadow is definitely strange.
Oh my God.
My personal assessment is that this is very likely just an animated projection that's part of the ice cave attraction. What do you all think? This guy named Dino, we've covered him before when he encountered something strange in his home. But back then, we only saw a dark shadow and heard some weird crying sounds. This time, Dino seems to have captured a clear shot of this thing's face.
I'm not afraid, man. Come on out, man. Oh, fuck yes, fuck yes. Whoa, 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 whoa.
What do you think this could be? A TikTok user recently had a terrifying experience. She was at her storage unit taking care of some business when she witnessed something absolutely chilling.
I don't know if it's just a fan like going in and out, but the fuck is that? Duh.
Did you catch that? It looks like someone is secretly watching her from the shadows. And this is happening late at night. Imagine this, a creepy figure lurking in the darkness, staring right at you. What would you do in that situation? A group of friends at a high school in Japan hear crying coming from the toilet during their lunch break. In Japan, there's a famous legend about a girl named Hanako-san. This young girl's spirit is said to haunt school toilets across Japan. The group moves forward, all of them hesitant to investigate the source of the creepy sound. Needless to say, it didn't go well. The girls were about to leave when they suddenly heard a loud bang and went back for another look. The horrifying, twisted face of a young girl can be seen inside one of the toilet stalls. The group runs in fear, and the video cuts out. Unfortunately, there's no source for this video. It appeared on the internet as mysteriously as the Japanese legend itself. So did these girls capture evidence of Hanako-san? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. User and realtor Sandra is recording a tour of a 1960s bungalow-style home to show potential buyers. Sandra's filming at night to showcase the house's interior lighting. But it's getting late at this creepy little cottage, and things are about to get weird.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this beautiful vintage 1962. Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow. Go ahead, do it again. You're on camera. Open this door. Go ahead, open this door. Open this door like you did the other one. Come on, just move the glass or something. Go ahead, do it again. I'm not scared.
A door suddenly swings open on its own, and Sandra is spooked But she gathers her courage and rushes out to see what's happening. A glass of water sitting on top of a fireplace shifts and slowly moves, as if being pushed by some invisible force. But things get even crazier when a smoke detector suddenly starts beeping before crashing violently to the floor. That's enough for Sandra. She gets out of there. But there's also something else very creepy in this video, something only a few viewers even noticed. So I ask you, did you see it? Right before the door moves, a face in the picture beside Sandra seems to slowly darken. And then, the creepy little shadow fades away, just as the door swings open. This next video was recorded by a man named Javier from Argentina. Javier was really worried about his friend Antonio because he hadn't heard from him in quite a while. When Javier knocked on the front door, there was no answer, so he decided to climb over the fence into Antonio's backyard. For some reason, he made his way to the back door of the house. The door was slightly open.
Antonio! Antonio! Raro, che. Toño, soy yo. Javier. Puta madre. ¡Ey! Loco! Soy Javier, boludo. Che, loco, ¿sos vos? Ya fue, boludo. Vine a ver qué onda, ¿cómo andás? ¿Estás bien? Che, loco, si sos vos, salí. ¿Escuchan eso?
Javier had no idea what was going on inside. He didn't want any part of it, so he decided to get out of there and call the police. But just as he was about to leave, he heard a strange noise coming from somewhere behind him. Did you see that? Something with glowing eyes appears to be watching from the glass panel above the door. Whatever it was, it definitely wasn't his friend, Antonio. After the police arrived at the residence, Javier learned that his friend had passed away inside the room. Behind the door he couldn't get open. Javier felt devastated and completely confused by this whole ordeal. He decided he needed to go back to Antonio's house to find some answers.
Esta es la pieza. Mierda. La laucha. da un poco de escalofrío estar acá, se siente una carga un poco pesada, qué sé yo. ¡Qué mierda! La linterna, ¿qué pasó? Mierda. ¡Hey! ¿Quién es? ¿Quién anda ahí? Mierda. Concha de su madre. ¡Hola! ¿Qué mierda anda ahí, la concha de su madre? ¡Hey!
Javier fled from that house, and to this very day, he still has no idea what really happened inside. From a nightmare.
What the hell?
As Oliver looks inside the bedroom, he sees a tall, dark figure standing in the room. Startled by the creepy figure, Oliver stumbles backward before turning on the lights and taking another look. But whatever was standing there seems to have just disappeared. What makes this footage even creepier is that when slowed down, it becomes clear that whoever or whatever this is seems to be wearing a hat. If you don't know, across the world, countless people have reported seeing a being known as the Hatman. Although some claim to have seen this figure while fully awake, the Hatman is known to terrorize victims of sleep paralysis. I asked Oliver if he had ever experienced sleep paralysis, and he explained that he actually did, but only when he was a child. So could Oliver have actually captured proof of the Hatman's existence? Let me know what you think. He moved from his home country of Greenland to live and work in Denmark. But he had no idea that the apartment he moved into had a horribly dark past. 7 years ago, a 49-year-old man was brutally attacked and lost his life right outside the apartment's front door. After Kama moves in, he begins noticing his things moving and falling to the floor for no reason. He hears the creepy sound of someone knocking on his door, and doors inside the apartment slam shut on their own. One afternoon, Kama hears strange sounds coming from somewhere inside his apartment. Kama gets a good jump scare as a door slams shut right in front of him. But this is where the fun ends, and things get really dark. Another day, not long after sunset, the strange activity in the apartment starts up once again. Kama is scared, but once again, he takes out his phone to try to record proof of the creepy activity in his apartment. What happens next is truly unsettling. A cupboard door opens by itself, and Thomas's helmet slides across the floor. Later that night, Kama decides to live stream from his apartment. He says he's having trouble sleeping because he keeps hearing things moving and falling to the floor in the next room.
تجاوزه كمان تقبل اغسلها قيبتك نعزاد نغسلها كمان يعني تقبل 사태 빙행했어.
been in shock. I've been gaining it.
Right there on the live stream, Kama caught it happening in real time. He heard something hit the floor in the other room. That was the last straw for Kama. He bolted down the stairs and ran straight out of the building. But when he looked back up at his apartment window, what he saw made his blood run cold. There was someone or something standing inside his apartment, staring down at him. So with everything that's happened, could Kama's apartment actually be haunted by the restless spirit of the man who died there? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, before we go, I want to leave you with one of my favorite horror shorts. It's super creative and definitely worth the watch. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around tonight. If you're into this kind of content, smash that like button. It means the world to me and helps the channel grow.